Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of the Polytickin Podcast, okay? All right, it's episode 93, all right? Oh, hello, Marcus, Sefa, we're in the building. We took a week off last week because this guy was gone. He was doing something. He'll catch us up on it, but now we're back, all right? We're friggin' back, okay?
And I'm glad to be back.
Shoot.
I'm glad to be back.
Yeah. The city boy. The city boy was out there in the wilderness.
I know.
With the wilder people, bro.
So yeah, man. Welcome to the Polytickin Podcast, episode 93. You already know what it is, but just in case y'all don't, man, you know the Polytickin Podcast is part of the Polytickin Network. I'm not gonna lie, me and Lance then took an extended break from the Way Back Wednesday podcast, but if you want to hear about some movie breakdowns, some contemporary classics in the Pacific Islander community, go ahead and check out Pacifica Movie Starter Kit with Lance and Marcus. Lance of the Polynesian Podcast, by the way. They break down contemporary classics in our community, movies from our people for our people. Who'd y'all do last? The last movie y'all broke down.
Who did we do last week? We did Hunt for the Wilder People.
Okay.
Hunt for the Wilder People. Yeah. It was my first time watching it. This fool Lance has seen it before. And I'm glad we watched it. It's really good. You've seen it before too, yeah?
I seen it. Yeah, I seen it inside more. I want to say I watched it with Caleb at his house. I don't remember too much about it. I just remember Tupac. Remember the Tupac thing? Yeah, I remember that.
Mm-hmm.
And didn't they kill like a deer or something?
No, they killed a pig.
Killed a pig.
Yeah, they killed a pig and then a boar.
Yeah. What's
the difference between a pig and a boar?
About a week. I don't know. I don't know. That remind me. Hey, shout out to Okinawa, and shout out to the Air Force Network. I remember when I was living out there in Okinawa, one of the commercials was like I forgot what it was, but it was a question, and the dude said, "What's the difference between soup and swill?" And the answer was about a week. I guess swill is expired soup. I don't know, but it was funny, and I always heard it. So shout out to AFN. You know what I'm saying?
Nice.
So yeah, Pacifica Movie Starter Kits. You could also catch the Way Back Wednesday. We're just waiting for more old things to come about. So.
Come on, man.
Been busy. We're trying to revamp the show. But Marcus and Lance, they're holding us down. You know what I'm saying? Also, if you want to hear more of me and Marcus and Lance, who hops on the Patreon episodes, check us out at patreon.com/the Podcast. $5 a month gets you an extra episode every week. That's 4 episodes a month.
Come on.
If you tap into the public only, you probably heard one of our Patreon episodes last week that we recorded last week. So if you like that, if you like what you got last week, we got plenty more. How many episodes? Like 70?
70. Yep, we're sitting
at
70.
That's a lot. Hey, so if you guys are first-time Patreon members, if y'all go and pay $5 right now, you get 70 episodes. We're not guaranteeing that you'll like all of them, but there's gonna be a lot of things that you do like in those 70 episodes. So
you know what I mean?
You mess with us.
If you don't like it, please say something. Say something about it.
Or lie. Lie.
Yeah, or lie.
Keep our egos intact.
Yeah, exactly.
So check us out. Patreon is a dope way for y'all to get some extra content, also to support us directly. You know what I'm saying? You think Marcus's different colored water glasses are free? Nah, he need to pay for them. Lift it up. Lift it up. What you got today? What you got? The pink, man. Come on. Pink Panther. You know what I'm saying? Let's get it. Let's get it. So check us out there. Support us there. Leave a comment. Leave a like. Share the YouTube link or share the the podcast link, whatever it is. Check us out. Help us out. All of that. Without further ado, my brother, how have you been?
I've been all right, man. Working, doing the same old thing. The 9 to 5 grind. You know what I mean? Hasn't worn me down.
Ain't you like the 9 to 7 grind now, though?
Yeah. The 9 to 7 grind. Yeah, the 410s. Been awesome. Working still sucks, though. Much rather not work a regular job. But in between them times where I'm not working, chilling here at home, I just screwing around here, writing a lot, writing down ideas, trying to, pursue projects and not finish them. But
our specialty. That's our specialty.
Our specialty. You know what I'm saying? And just for I guess just for fun, like I've been inspired lately by a lot of like creators on Instagram and stuff, especially like the homegirl Deuce. Like she's out there like directing stuff, producing stuff, just putting work in.
What's the
And
at? What's the at? What's the at?
what's the ad? I think it's oh shit. West Side 20? Dub S20?
Okay.
WS20? Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, my bad, Deuce. Please. I'm sorry. Just hit her up, you'll find her, okay? Yeah, she's been doing big things, man. And I don't know, sometimes I just sit around and just, write stuff, and I was wondering if you had like ideas too about like maybe TV or movie scripts, because sometimes I just, I'll just write something when I'm bored, and then it'll turn into something that I think is pretty cool. You know what I'm saying? Because I had a couple, but there's one that's always stuck out in my head for years. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? So if you had one, I'd love to hear what kind of ideas that you had.
You think I'm about
But
to just let go of my golden gem ideas in for free on a free episode?
yeah,
First of
right.
all, on a free episode.
Yeah, you gotta pay for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you definitely gotta pay
Over,
for that.
over my dead body. No, I do
Yeah.
have some. I do have some, and
Okay.
I for sure ain't finna share about it. But I actually do, like, in my iPad. I bought the little. Well, no, I didn't buy it. My girl found me a little keyboard thing for the iPad.
Yeah.
So at times when I do get some downtime, I haven't had downtime in forever. But when I do, there is like a book thing that I add to.
Oh, okay.
It's like it's literally just a Polynesian experience in America, like being like first American born or stateside born Polynesian in the household, and
Mhm.
I feel like it's a story that we would all relate to,
Yeah.
or most of us would relate to, especially in California and a lot of these urban areas that we've grown up in,
Yeah.
and it's kind of it's very much based on my experience in life, but also general enough so that people around could also be like, yo, that's true, that's real.
Yeah.
And it's also like a lot of it, like a lot of the topics that I marked down for that book kind of stem from the podcast,
Yeah.
like church related stuff, like there, because there's times that we talk about stuff in this podcast that I'm like, it's just a memory in my brain that I just totally like, that section of my brain that I just totally turned off.
Yeah.
And so like when we tap into it, I'm like, oh shoot, I gotta talk about the Motherfucking Wars, and oh shoot, I gotta talk about the doppelgangers from the other churches, and like all of these
Yeah.
things. So there's a running list, and there's like a general overview of this book that I have, this idea that I have that would also be a dope movie, I think.
Mhm.
Um, but yeah, how about you? What's yours about?
Yeah. 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 Mine was about it's a little more specific within the community, like a young person's first cultural funeral. It always
Oh,
has to, you know what I'm saying, and
mm,
especially someone who didn't really grow up in the culture, and then
mm-hmm.
having to be thrust into that. I think that
Yeah.
would make a very good story. You
Oh,
know what
that'd
I'm
be
saying?
dope.
Because
Yeah.
I think a lot of people can relate to that. You know what I'm saying? I definitely can.
Mm,
Um, and yeah, no, that was the biggest thing for me. And I definitely like to write books too. I know we talked about that before on here too, but like I love to write books. I love to do that also. But yeah, I'm just like you. I have like a little bulleted list of like ideas that I don't know where they would go as far as project wise, but yeah, definitely a lot of things like written down, and hopefully we can get to within some time, some
Hey,
fucking time,
and you know what? Like for me, right? The idea that I have is to write this book and to just
Hmm.
get it printed. Like I know there's
Yeah.
like other ways to go about it, but honestly, bro, like you can, in this day and age,
Hmm.
you can create something, whether it be a book or an album, and you can create your own base. You
Yeah.
don't have to. I mean, you might have to, but legally, like tax wise, you might have to go through these certain hoops. But in general, it's kind of
Hmm.
like I treat it, like the way I look at things now is like it's like a play sale. You
Mm.
don't People don't put a lot of effort, or not an effort, but people don't hesitate when it comes to
Mm.
throwing a play sale. And the reason why is because in our community growing up, we've always seen families throw play sales, and we know it's a way to drum up some money. And
Hmm.
to us, there's no barrier or entry. But if you go to somebody outside of our culture And if you go to somebody who's not familiar with place sales every weekend from different families and popping up and deliveries and all that, those people might be hesitant to be like, whoa, how am I going to do a place sale? What your food portioning? What is this going to be? Whereas we already have kind of like that blueprint laid down. So I feel like the way other people could look at place sales as foreign and something that's scary and they don't know how to do it, I feel like we look at something like publishing a book or writing a book and printing out a book in the same vein where other people who are more familiar with it, they'll probably be like, oh yeah, I can pump out a book, throw it on a print on demand Amazon, list, and then just go from there. So I think the hesitance that we have for this stuff, reluctance, it's kind of all in our head. And I feel like if we just do it, you'll be like, damn, this wasn't even that hard.
Yeah. There's definitely more. Yeah, no, I agree. There's definitely more resources now to get things done, like self-publishing and things like the things that you mentioned with Amazon and ebooks and all that. So there's definitely a lot more resources now, but still, even then, if you didn't know that, you'd be stuck and asked out. You know what I'm saying? So figuring out like where to start is definitely very hard, but it's really not that hard to start. You know what I mean? But yeah, I'm right there with you, man. Hopefully we can get these ideas off the ground and out of the fucking notes app,
You got any sci-fi ideas? I got one. I don't know if I'm a share. I don't know if I'm a share, but I got one, and it's one that I thought of since high school, bro.
Oh shoot. Nah, not off the top of the head, no. But I think that'd be a really good thing to explore too, especially sci-fi within our community, where nobody really talks about that stuff except when they nerd shit out.
It wouldn't be polycentric. It would just be just in general.
Aliens.
I'll tell you after. No. It's just like superpowers type stuff. Superpowers,
Oh God. Okay, Kevin Feige. Hell yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's right, bro.
All right.
Yeah, man. So what about you? What have you been up to?
I also have a note that I add stuff like whenever I'm in just out and about and I see something and I'm like, yo, this would be a dope little movie or something. So I add stuff in this note for ideas for other projects. And the last one that I added was we was at a thrift store. It was like a family owned thrift store, and the mom was scanning, like she was adding up the things, and then the daughter had to come down. The daughter was super young, but she started speaking in her language. She was like, "Oh, sorry, that's the wrong price." She was talking to the customer. So sorry, that's the wrong price. And then she talked to her mom, and she was spitting whatever language they speak. And I just thought it was cool, like, to have a daughter be the main liaison between, this community that they moved to, and then her mom, who is most likely the matriarch of their family. And I just thought that was cool. Like, I was trying to imagine the responsibility that young girl holds within her family, and then also like how it translates into school, how it translates into work, and maybe church if they go to church. So I was just, like things like that. So I'll add, but I mean, like you said, we like to start things we never finish. That's definitely one of them. That's definitely one.
Yeah. I want to get better about that. Man, that reminds me of this commercial I saw. I forget what it was for, but it was a little Asian girl and her mom didn't speak a lick of English. So she was basically your translator everywhere they went. So they went to the school, like, the stores when they're shopping, but then the last one was a freaking gut punch, bro. They went to the hospital, and then it looked like the doctor delivered her bad news, and the mom didn't understand. And then the last shot is of the girl looking up at her mom, all sad, looking like tears are about to come down, and then label or logo for whatever they were doing the commercial for. I was like, bruh.
Wait.
Fuck.
You can't just. You gotta. What was the commercial about?
I don't know. I can't remember. I just remember like all that sadness, and I was like, bro, oh my gosh, she doesn't understand. She might be dying of cancer or something. I don't know.
You know what? We'll go with the mom is sick, like not deadly sick, but kind of sick, and the daughter's crying because she was happy because the mom was about to get a settlement. We'll go with that.
Oh my God! Hey,
we'll go with that.
Whatever helps you get through it, bro.
Hey, that's definitely gonna help me. That's definitely gonna help.
Yeah, because that shit was sad as hell, bro. I was like, oh,
sad.
dog.
That had me
Yeah,
cry.
bro. It started off super optimistic too. You know what I'm saying? Like I thought at the end she was gonna start like trying to learn English to not have to put so much of a burden on her daughter. But then at the end with the doctor, I was just like, oh, she's gone. Sorry. It's just a commercial. It's just a commercial.
Even
It's a commercial.
even the commercials Marcus watches is depressing. Like what?
Yeah.
What kind of cable package do you got, bro?
Shit, man. I don't know.
Sad boys.
Yeah, the Sad Boy Network.
Oh man.
Yeah, bro. So what's going on with you, man? What have you been up to?
Man.
I cannot wait. I can't wait to hear this shit.
So have you been camping before? You said you went camping as a kid, right?
I did, yeah, and it was fun.
What was you doing exactly? Like what were your responsibilities that made it so fun?
I didn't really have much. That's what made it fun. It was just to hang out with the people, man. Like I think I helped set up the tents and set up camp, you know, and we had some activities, you know.
So you were staying in a tent?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I stayed in the tent. But we were barely sleeping that week. It was fun though, because we were all up, we were all excited and shit, chilling, hanging out by the lake and shit. It's very close to the campsite, but yeah, it was fun.
Must be nice, bro.
It was nice. Yeah, it was nice.
Hey man.
So what happened with you?
So last week.
Hey, I gotta bring up the text too. Go ahead, bro. Go ahead. Come on.
Last week, Monday through Thursday, for my job, I went camping. It was 4 workers and 6 kids. So we go camping.
Yeah.
We checked the weather. I checked the weather beforehand. And it's literally raining the whole time we're there. The whole time, bro. Like 70% chance of rain the whole 4 days. It don't get sunny till Thursday afternoon, and we leave Thursday morning. All right. So we driving. You know, it's cool. You know, it's an hour and a half away. I'm driving with my boss. We chilling. It's cool. We get there. It's kind of, I think it's kind of raining, but not really. It's not bad. We start setting up the tents, and like, I ain't gonna lie, bro. I have 2 bosses here. I got a big boss and then the boss right above me. And so me and the boss right above me, we share the tent. We was trying to set up the tent. I felt so bad, bro. He damn near set the tent up himself. Like,
typical Seth, just chill in the corner, supervising.
I was in the mix. I just didn't know what to do. There was these sticks that you got to put through the loops, and I knew that part. So I was putting it through the loops. But then at the end of it, it was like a hole that you're supposed to put the stick in, right?
Yeah. Okay.
But at the end of that stick was a ball. And so I was like, am I supposed to take this? I was trying to screw it off the whole time. And the whole time I'm sitting on this one piece that I did, I just strung it through the little loops. And then I was at the end and I'm trying to take the ball off and I'm trying to fit it. I'm trying to see if it's a magnet. I'm trying to see if I can loop it. He's doing the rest of the tent.
Yeah.
And so he was like, no, like after he finishes the rest of the tent, I'm still on the one. And I'm looking around like I'm trying to see because the other side is the same thing. So I'm trying to see how he did it. But he did it so, bro, he literally went like that and he was done. But I didn't want to look stupid, so I didn't say nothing. And then come to find out,
God, dude, that's gonna be our downfall, dude. Not asking for help. Nope, okay, that's our downfall.
I will die before
I will die, man.
You think I'm finna drown it? And you think I'm finna flag the what is this? The swimmer person, the lifeguard?
Oh, the lifeguard?
Nah, hell no.
Nah.
I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that the whole time.
Damn,
so shout out to the boss. He put the whole thing together. I felt bad. We had a tent. The boy kids had a tent. The boy girls had the kid girls had a tent, and then the boss had a tent. And so we had everything set up. It took a lot to set up. And then it was raining. It started raining. It was raining bad too. Like not just a drizzle, not just a sprinkle. It was raining. Then we had to deal with the propane and all that. So we had like it was nice. Like the stuff that we had, bro, we had so much food. I'm not gonna lie. So the food was dope and the scenery was dope. Like it was super nice. Like when I walked down to the water, it was like I can't believe this is real. It was nice. But bro, the tent entrance is so short. Like it's so low.
Oh yeah.
I had to get on all fours just to crawl into the tent. But then when you crawl into the tent, you gotta kick your shoes off while you still on all fours. Because your shoes are muddy and wet. And you don't want to
you don't want to step on everything in there. No, I get it.
Hey,
that's just a funny sight.
And I'm in there and it's a tight fit. And I'm in there with my boss. And I'm trying to act like I'm not Sella in there. And I'm like in the push-up position, like in the plank position, and trying not to sound.
Oh, bro, that'd be the worst too. And then it gets worse when you're trying to hide it because it's like, okay, you gotta do more breath control.
But at one point, I had to put my face in the pillow because I was like, yo.
Oh my God. On all fours with his face in the pillow, man.
No. After I kicked my shoes off, I had to in the pillow, a couple big puffs. You gotta get the big puffs in. Mm-hmm. So that transition in from like getting up in the tent, getting out the tent, it was a lot. Because then when you get out the tent, I had to sit like a crab walk kind of damn near, and then put my shoes on while my legs is out the tent, but then my body's in the tent, and then I had to turn around. I had to turn around and get in push-up position, and then like walk my way. So it was a lot. It was a lot. This is just getting out the tent. This ain't even nothing else.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, it wasn't no showers.
There were no showers?
It wasn't no showers. It wasn't no showers. And it was raining the whole time. And it was cold. So I was thinking at least I could go take a dip in the water. I got a bar of soap, I could just do my thing in there. But then I heard the kids talking and I heard people talking and it was like, oh, we don't want to put soap in the water because, that's dangerous, toxic, and I was like, damn, all right, so that's not damn, I was like, I don't want to be the only one. If it was all in there just scrubbing away, I'd be cool. But if I'm the only one, come on, bro. And plus it was I was cold, so I didn't really want to get wet, like more wet than so there was no, shout out to baby wipes. Your boy was bird bathing it up. It was
damn, bro. My guy was living it, bro.
I feel so bad for them baby wipes.
Wait. How big of a pack of baby wipes did you get?
I had a full pack. All
right, good. Okay,
I went through them. I went through them.
Yeah.
I went through them. Good. And they went through it,
Stop it. Hell yeah, bro.
And then, bro, I think the worst part, bro.
What?
Is the bathroom. It was an outhouse. Yeah. It was an outhouse.
Oh, like a literal outhouse? Oh,
it was cement, so it wasn't the wooden thing, and it was a nice little tin roof, and it was a nice looking outhouse, but it was still an outhouse.
Yeah.
And bruh, it had two. So like I guess in every part of the campsite they had two, for people. And so in our two, we had our two right next, kind of close, like a minute walk, not a minute walk, but kind of close. And it was weird because I was taking a dump next to like my coworkers over there. You could hear everything.
Yeah.
Because it's all connected. And like there was people I was judging it. I was like, damn, bro, you pissed hell much. Like I was, you can't help it. You can't help, bro. Oh man, I had the bubble guts. I was taking my pills out there. So that mug was rough.
Yeah.
I will say they did have real toilet paper, which was cool, and everything went well on that end. But just like,
you didn't have to use a leaf.
I didn't have to use no rocks. But bruh, a couple times I went to go take a dump, it was flies just in there. I was like, bruh, I don't want no flies on my butt cheeks. So I'm trying. So I caught like I got hip to it afterwards. I would piss on the flies so they would fly out.
Oh my God!
I had to aim and piss on the flies so they could fly out. And then and then I do my stuff, but it was it was a lot, bro. It was a lot.
Yeah, that's a long ass 4 days, bro.
Bro, tell me about it. And then sleeping.
I'm glad you made it out of there.
And then sleeping, right? So the thing is, I did like to prep for this camping trip. I was like, I need to get comfortable, and the only way I can really get comfortable, I gotta watch my shows until I sleep. And so I got the iPad, I got the USB adapter for the iPad, and then I got a USB, and I put on Breaking Bad, I put on The Blacklist, I put on Crazy Stupid Love. I just put on all my show. I tried to put on Dragon Ball Z, but it didn't work. But I was just trying to put on all my shows and watch it. And so like that was a little bit of my saving grace to have the iPad with me. And I had three power banks. I was like, I am not gonna run out of Hell no, the city boy is still here.
Did you find any use for that lamp you told me that you bought?
Hell yeah, bro. My lamp was the MVP. It was the MVP, bro. Like when we was doing stuff at night, I put the lamp in the corner and then I tilt it to the middle and then I turn it on, bro. And it was like everybody was like, "Yo, where's Seth's lamp?" So like the lamp came in clutch. The lamp came in clutch, and it didn't die the whole time. So that was nice.
Nice.
Sleeping was rough, bro.
Yeah.
Like it was.
Did anybody hit you about your snoring or?
I wasn't gonna talk about it, but I guess we're here.
Oh, okay.
So the kids like to play this game called Werewolf. You ever play Werewolf?
Okay.
It's like a Mafia. You ever play Mafia?
No.
Man, what kind of childhood did you have? You never play Mafia or Werewolf?
No, Mafia or Werewolf? No. What is it?
Right. So the game is it's a group of people, y'all players, and then there's one murderer or a werewolf, there's one sheriff or a seer, and then there's there's different roles. And basically everybody closes their eyes. The werewolf wake up, they choose somebody to kill, they close their eyes. The sheriff wakes up, he choose somebody to see their paper to see what role they are. And then after you wake up and the narrator says, "Oh, Marcus got killed," and blah blah blah. And then you just start talking. And it's kind of like Among Us, but in real life, like before the internet. And so the kids love doing that. And I'm usually the narrator. Like when we played, I was usually the narrator, but then the kids like started getting into it so much they wanted to be the narrator. And part of the narrator's job is you come up with a scenario on the spot about how somebody died. So it'd be like it was funny because like once I start touching on like real topics, like the boss, his car died. And so when his car died, I was like, the boss was trying to fix his car while he was under the hood of his car. The werewolf came and slammed the hood down and killed him. And so everybody was laughing because we seen him trying to fix his car. And so it started getting a little realistic. And then when other people went, one of the kids went up and she was like, "The werewolf came into the camp last night and he was trying to choose who he wanted to kill. And there was this annoying sound. And the werewolf was super upset with someone snoring all night. And the werewolf killed you, Seth, because of your snoring." But the first night, after the first night, I woke up and one of the kids looked at me and was like, "You kept me up all night with your snoring." I was like, "Damn, bro." And like, I guess the kids that had a whole conversation, like, they was like, who this, like, talking through the tents. "Does anyone know who that is?" And then everybody was awake. Like, "Yeah, that's Seth. That's Seth." And they were like, they were tripping out about how my boss was sleeping because we was in the same tent and I was snoring, but he was like, "I didn't hear you at all. I didn't hear you at all."
Does your boss snore too? The Snore brothers?
Like a little bit, but not. It wasn't nothing crazy because he was falling asleep before me, and it was nothing crazy. But yeah, I had a lot of.
What if you snored, then he snored?
Oh, that'd be dope. That'd be dope. Well, another coworker, she slept in the car. She slept in the van. And I guess she woke up at like 3 or 4 to use the bathroom, and like the alarms went off right in the middle of the camp. The car alarm went off. It's like, okay, the bears. And there was, bro, the first day we walked around, they were like, "Oh, look, it's bear poop."
Nice.
I was like, "Oh, look, it's time for me to go home."
Yeah.
So
there's a fucking bear out here.
Yeah. If you see me fighting the bear, help the bear. Not last week though. Help me. So yeah, I mean, camping.
Help Sefa.
Yeah, I could see why people like camping. I can totally see why. Also, all of our neighbors except for one directly next to us, they all had an RV. So I'm sure they
Oh,
didn't have
wow.
to use the outhouse. They didn't
Yeah.
have to. They got to shower. You know, I'm
Yeah.
sure. I'm sure it was a lot more pleasant. They got to escape the rain. We had to set up all the tents. We had to set up all the sunshades. We had to set up the kitchen to where we have the propane, you know, all of that. And it was a lot.
Yeah.
And then setting up and then taking down was a lot. But I could definitely see why people like camping. It was dope. It was fun. Like there was certain aspects of it that was fun. You know, going to the water. We had like 3-4 hours of sunshine. So we went to the water and was hanging out there and it was super nice. I'll send you a pic. But but like I can see why other people like it. I can see why I hate it.
Yeah.
I can definitely see why I wasn't rocking with. But overall though, it was, you know, it was cool. The people I was with, the kids, you know, the kids had a great time and they were pretty, and like once they realized that I wasn't comfortable, you know, like being there, they're like, oh no, Seth, you gotta do that. Like there was, you know, they were showing me the ropes. And also like my bosses took care of so much. Like I remember on the way back, my boss was like, thanks for because before we left, I left my pillow. I came home because I'm down the street and I got him a pillow too because he didn't have one. He's like, thanks for getting me a pillow. And I said, thanks for doing absolutely everything else. So, you know, hey, I will say this. I've never been to jail. I've never been to I've never been to jail. I've never even been close to being to jail. You know, I'm a law-abiding citizen and all that. But yo, being able to go from camping and then packing up and then going and then finally hitting that spot on the road where you got full bar service, like coverage.
Oh,
I felt like, you know, when you see the people walking, you see people walking through the gates when the gates open up with the barbed wire at the top, and you got the people in the towers with the guns waiting, and they just walking out with their little bag or whatever they came with. Yeah, I felt like that. I felt like, man, I done did this 3-year stretch. You know what I'm saying? Your boy's back.
Did you turn around and just look it up and down?
I would have if I could have, but you know. So yeah, man. Shout out to the campers, man. Shout out to the campers. Y'all have fun with that. Y'all have fun over there with that. Far away from me. Far away from me.
Y'all are having a great time. We know you are. That's great. Keep it over there. Okay? Keep that shit over there. All right? Hell yeah. So what the fuck else is going on out here, man? What's going on out here in these streets, bro?
All right, man. Let's go home. Let's go home, American Samoa. There was a fire on the east side, and a Faipule demands that Fangaikua substation be reopened.
How long has that been closed?
That's what I didn't even know it was closed. I remember driving past there and seeing everybody.
I could have.
Yeah. We ain't been there in 12 years, though. It's been like 11 years. So I don't know when it closed down, but they said that it took over an hour for firefighters to get to this place that was on fire on the east side. And I will say, like, that is scary. Like, if you think about it, if the Fangaikua substation is closed and the closest one is Gafun, maybe, I think.
Not sure. No, I'm not sure.
Even if it's in you know, Utule or from Congo,
like Leonge. Well, it doesn't matter. It's still hella far. But
even if it's but if you were over there in Fangaikua, like that's a long time, and you know, it depending on the time. Like this is probably a lot of traffic. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You don't want to. You can speed. I'm sure if you're like, you know, a cop or a firefighter, you can speed or whatever. But even then, you don't really want to speed on those curves at the end. You know, the edge of the island.
Fuck, nah, bro.
It's a little, you know, it's a little windy. It's a little close to. You drive right off into the sunsets.
Straight up, yeah, for real.
So yeah, I don't really. Yeah, that's I never even thought of that though. If there's a dispute far east or far west, like what are you supposed to do?
Call the governor. Bring the governor, bro. Bring the freaking governor in there.
If there's a fire in like Polo or something, or on the north, like what are you supposed to do?
Oh my God, on the north, holy shit!
You know, like what are you supposed to do?
Yeah, I don't know, man. Call it a day. Let it go. Let it go. Let it be done, and then have it be reported the day after.
Hold on. Let me see if I could look this up.
Damn, that's crazy.
We have receipts on our phone to prove that we have all been calling nonstop since the fire started at 12:20 a.m. Dispatcher also said we have to call
12:20 a.m.
for
Okay, midnight.
we have to call this number for a fire department. That number is disconnected. This is frustrating and very
Wow.
concerning as a Faipule. I fear our people on the east side. I fear for our people on the east side. This is why I will continue to fight for the Fangaikua substation to be reopened. Our lives matter too. Had it not rained this evening and the winds have slowed down compared to the last couple of days, this would have been very tragic. Several homes that are nearby would have been gone too. Luckily, the neighbors were able to contain the fire themselves. This is by no means a political post. I was contacted by my constituents after several failed attempts to call 911. They didn't know who else to turn to. We all need to do better for our communities.
Yeah, I don't see anything wrong with that. I think he's right on the money with that. Yeah.
I just
I just
want
want
to
to know
know.
why they closed that
Yeah,
substation.
yeah, me too.
Like, why?
I
Why
don't.
did they
I don't.
close it?
If it's a money thing, maybe they can siphon some of that 100 mil they're getting for the airports.
Hey,
You see that?
hey, yeah, I did. Yeah,
What do
that
you
was
think?
pretty
What do you
good.
think? American Samoa Airport is getting $100 million, or they're drafting $100 million plan to revamp the airport, rebuild it. I think.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think about that?
Um, I mean, what's wrong with it now? If there's anything to fix now, then yeah, I get that. But if they're just using that to just renovate and revamp the whole thing, it's like, bro, those funds can be used for maybe a little more important things. You know, the airport's cool. It looks great. But if there's like bad technical difficulties, then yeah, then please fix that.
And we
But
haven't been
I
there
mean, a
in,
hundred
in
million,
11 years.
and
So.
that's true. And 100 million. I mean, 100 million. I'm sure you can like drop a little like 10, 15 million to something else on other things on the island. Does it have to be 100 million? I'm
Hey,
thinking like 50, 40, and use the other 60 and 50 to something else, other things.
we are definitely speaking of this with ignorance because we don't know. We don't
Yeah,
know if it's like
yeah,
some foundational stuff that they have to fix.
yeah.
Uh, I think it is smart to put money into the airport because of how big of an attraction it is already, and that's
Mm-hmm.
just with the flights. Like I do think,
Yeah.
if they were to create the airport, like in my head, right? I seen 100 million, and I'm like, what could they do? If they were to create a mall that's part of the airport, kind of like how Hawaii is, where
Mm.
you walk to your gate, but you running into 100 stores. You running into Gucci store, the Louis store. You running into, if they could do something like that, because naturally Samoans are coming to the airport to hang out. I
Mm-hmm.
think that'll be a dope way to capitalize on that space that they have. I
Yeah.
don't know. The 100 million sounds like a lot. But then again, I don't know how expensive it is to get materials out there.
Right.
And there's just that over, like something that's always over us when we talk about funds in American Samoa is like, hopefully everything goes to where it's supposed to go.
Right.
And I know the last pod we was talking about it, and it was like it's not a Samoan thing to steal, it's just a people thing.
Right.
Um, but when you see $100 million in a small community like American Samoa, it
Hey.
there's more opportunity to steal there. So hopefully
Mm-hmm.
everything is on the up and up. Hopefully they have the right people in positions of power to make this go through, and hopefully they capitalize on how popular flight nights are.
Yeah. Yeah. I
Honestly,
like that. I like that. I like that mall idea because I'm right now. I'm thinking of the gift shop over there. I'm thinking of, um, like what other shops they could put there. The little they have like a little restaurant there too, right? Not a
they got a
restaurant, but
couple.
like
They got
yeah,
like
they got a couple
they got
sit down
restaurant.
restaurants in there.
They got restaurant stuff. They got like souvenir stuff.
Come
They
on.
got they got all kinds of stuff. So I think I think
Yeah, I think
I
that's
think
a great
that'll be
idea.
cool because that's where anybody who goes to the island, that's the first place they go. And I
Yeah,
think that would be cool to
expand that.
yeah,
That'd be cool.
fix the drive, fix the parking lot.
Oh
Make sure
yeah.
make sure everything's level.
Mm-hmm.
You know what
Yep.
I'm saying? Fix the roads.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe a 2 or 3 story building, whole building to
Yeah.
have,
Put some AC in that shit, cause
just
God, Leave, bro.
just to have a place for the people who come for flight night to congregate, to spend their money, to have a good time, to be safe.
Yeah.
Because right now, or from what I remember, you bring a case to the parking lot, you drink, and you wait to see who's on the plane. If
Yeah.
you could capitalize instead of having people go buy that case, you could have them come to the airport to have, and they already have restaurants, but I mean like more of a variety. I think that would be
Mhm.
super dope. Just create an experience so that, and I know, I guess it'll be difficult because the flights do come in at like 11, like 9, 10 o'clock, and that's a little late. But
Mhm.
still, for the people that are there beforehand, or for the people that
Yeah.
go in to check in, you got to go
Mm.
check in your bags at 2 o'clock when your flight is at 9 or 11.
Yeah. Yep.
To
You're chilling
even
in
do
that
that.
hot ass lobby. Yeah, yeah,
Hey,
yeah.
and another thing,
What?
100 million. I don't know what y'all finna do with that money, but if y'all can make it to where we don't have to walk on the ground when we land, I think that'd be awesome. I think that'd be
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
Like, cause that whole walking on the ground thing, bro. I'm like, that was the first time I ever had to do that. When I walked through there,
Mhm.
I
Mhm.
thought it was an emergency.
Mhm.
Like I thought there was something wrong with where we were supposed to actually walk through, like the tunnel. I was like, oh
Mhm.
shoot, man, there's something wrong with this. And then I was like, everything is catered to being on this floor, so I was like, yeah, I guess this is regular. But hey, if y'all can make it to where we can walk through an actual tunnel, not that it's important,
Yeah.
but it just makes me feel better. It just makes me feel like there's no security breach.
Walking on the ground is a part of the American Samoa experience.
I mean, I guess.
You know what I mean?
But let's
But yeah, add a
revolutionize
tunnel.
it.
That's
Let's
100
revamp.
million.
Yeah,
What happened?
add it. Let's revamp it.
Yeah.
Let's change it.
Come
Let's change
on.
things.
100 million. You can add a couple tunnels in there. Quit
You know what I'm
playing.
saying? What else we got? What else we got? What else we got? Wait, where are we at? Let's go to 2C's tweet. You want to read that
Okay.
one?
Yeah, let me get to it. Shout out to the Uso to Salus. Bro's been supporting us from the jump, but he had a really good oh, this from Threads. Nice. Yeah. So 2C put this up on his Threads, and we thought it was a really good thing to talk about as aspiring creator for myself, an aspiring creator, and this guy who's an artist. I'm sure you know who the hell he is. All right. As much as I'd love to charge for my work, this from 2C. Excuse me. As much as I'd love to charge for my work, I always think that I'm asking for too much. And the response was, that's time, bro. What you do takes hours out of your day, and it's a skill you work on. I know it goes against the grain for us Islanders, but you're allowed to take yourself seriously as a business and get paid for your services. Yeah,
Hey, don't
I
skip over
definitely agree
that.
with
That's
her.
that's Tosh Love. She does dope like artistry work, like in
Oh,
terms
then there
of
you go.
patterns and designs and all that. Yeah, she
Okay,
she been
then
doing that
yeah,
for a
then
minute. Shout out to her.
all
Yeah,
right, then I apologize. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Okay,
So you said you
nice.
agree?
So I do. Yeah, yeah, I do. Maybe I'm a little biased with Toos because like I followed him for years, and he's always been putting out like dope artwork.
Mhm.
So yeah, still, even if I didn't know who he was, I would still agree with that. It's like, bro, you've been putting in the work for years. You've been putting your work out for free.
Mhm.
Yeah, why not set a price for your business now? Now that it grabs the attention. You've gotten attention for it, and people are willing to pay. Yeah,
Mhm.
set a price for it.
I think this is a struggle that all creators go through.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I feel like you have to switch roles in order to realize how in order to not trick yourself, but in order to come to the realization that charging for work is okay. And I
We
think the way
definitely, man. Oh, you just hit it on the head, bro. Go on. Sorry,
you
you hit it
you,
on the
you
head.
got to switch it, and you got to say, like you got to look at your favorite artists, or in Tusi's for his example, your favorite graphic designer. Would you go to
Mm-hmm.
them and demand something for free, or not even demand, but would you be okay with getting something for free from your favorite? And
Yeah.
I feel like especially me as an artist, if I were to have my favorite artist, my favorite rapper, a favorite singer, a favorite poet on my work, I wouldn't even want it for free. Like I
Yeah.
would have to give something.
Yep.
And so when you look at it like that and you're like, no, paying is not just, it's not always a burden. Sometimes it's paying it forward,
Right.
And so
Yeah.
I think the difference is, though, the people that you meet when you're starting or when you're upcoming, when you're trying to break that little glass ceiling, the people that you meet there, they don't have a lot. And so
Mm-hmm.
in the negotiations, they're working off of little to no budget. And so
Yep.
when you working with a little to no budget, your vocabulary is different. The way that you go about asking for a feature is different, as opposed to
Mm.
somebody who's established, who has a budget, who has a team, who has a manager, who can make that conversation happen and make that make that interaction, like just make that collaboration happen. Like the
Yeah.
vocabulary is very different. The
Mm.
attitude, like I've personally been in conversations where money don't get brought up at all. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I love your music is brought up. We'll make something dope. I got this song. Everything is brought up except for money. And that's
Mm.
with people that are coming up, people that are, just doing it on their own, out of their own pocket. And money is kind of like, let me impress
So,
them with my
so,
skills before I start talking
mm,
about the money thing, because I don't have a lot of money. As opposed
right.
to artists who either got it on their own or have a team or have management or whatever. It's like, yo, bro, I got this song, blah, blah, blah. What's your price? It's a whole different conversation, And so I
Yes.
feel like Tusi at this moment is dealing with a lot of people who probably just don't have the budget, who probably don't have a team, and
Mm-hmm.
that's just how it is. But there are people out there who are going to pay. It's just,
Yeah.
you gotta make a name, you gotta get a platform that's big enough for other people to see you
Mm-hmm.
outside of the people that are already seeing you, and then the offers will come in slowly but surely. But that's really where you got to get out of your comfort zone, and you got to start doing things to reach other people. But
Yeah. I
it's
think.
awkward. It's
Yeah.
always awkward.
Hell yeah. I think it's hard for us as creators to get out of that creator mindset where, like, it's we don't look at it as a business. We look at it as, this is our art, we're putting it out to the people, and we don't feel worthy of setting a price, I guess. But that's like that crazy creator mentality. I feel like if you got to switch that up. Like you got to think in like a business sense of how you're gonna um just make a living off of your art, or make some kind of something out of your art. You know what
Mhm.
I'm saying? It's definitely something that has to switch within your brain, because that's something that I struggle with too. I mean, I'm still struggling with the creating part. You know
Mhm.
what I'm saying? But but there's a whole other things to this besides just creating the art. Like you have to learn how to talk to people, how to negotiate stuff, and I'm
Yeah.
not good at that. I'm not good at that stuff. So it's definitely something that I want to learn, and I hope Tusi learns as well. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, just keep going, dude. You got that, bro. Just keep
Yeah.
going, Us. Keep putting
And
it out, Us.
and
Shit.
another thing too, especially
Excuse me.
especially for me, like coming up making music and not having a budget, still not having
Hmm.
a budget, but not having a budget for the up. It was like, it since it was a thing to me to not have a budget, I always felt like other people didn't have budgets either. And it wasn't
Right.
until like I started getting up there and started working with people who do have budgets and stuff,
Hmm.
you're like, oh shoot, people just got $1,000 to just toss at people.
Hmm.
You're like, even with the shows, it's like, oh shoot, people just throw, like, it's not a big deal for people. Like people, there's some artists who like me who just make music in their room and they don't have a budget. But then there's also other artists who are working, who are doing all these things and also making music, and they've
Yeah.
saved up for. They're like, oh, I gotta save 5,000 for this album. And so there's
Right.
people who have plans, who have budgeted this type of stuff, and who are willing and able to spend. And so
Yeah.
for me, that was a big deal to meet people who are willing and able to spend, because like that's never been me. That's never been anybody that I was around. And so you kind
Hmm.
of forget that people like exist out there. But it's
Yeah.
true when it comes to music, when it comes to shows, when it comes to all of
Hmm.
these things. So it's yeah, it's yeah, it's a mental thing, because Tushi said, as much as I'd love to charge, I always think I'm asking for too much. That's also a mental thing. You got to understand, like,
Yeah.
You got to understand, like you do this. Like you got to
Yeah.
have the utmost confidence in what you do, and what you produce, and what you create, and you got to stand on it. You got to just be like, yo, this, like, I've been doing this for 10 years. What I make here is better than what you finna get somewhere else. You just gotta have that. You gotta have that
Yeah.
in you, you know? You gotta, and if you don't got it, you gotta learn it.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely. Yeah. That's definitely a big struggle for me, man. So I understand, man. Just make yourself feel worthy. You know what I'm saying? Because he said, I always think that I'm asking for too much. You're not, bro. You're worthy of asking for whatever you want to ask for. You know what I'm saying? You've earned that, you know, believe in that, you know, and that's something I got to tell myself too. So, Toos, get to it, Toos. Come on. What else? So what else did you put other things along with this tweet? What did you want to talk about with this?
I just wanted to talk about, because I don't want to speak for the whole Pacific Island community, but like Samoans viewing businesses.
Yeah.
It's funny because I seen a post on Facebook this week, and it was the homie who was speaking for his mom, and he was like, I'm done. My mom's done taking orders and doing orders without deposits. He was like, a lot of y'all will order something, my mom will get to working on it, and then y'all cancel, but now y'all have a custom piece and she ain't gonna do nothing with it. He didn't say this, but I just assumed. And then you guys, I'll pay you back. I'll pay you back. Nah, that's not gonna happen no more. I need a deposit from anybody putting an order in for my mom before she starts working on it. One of the comments said, yeah, that's them Samoans, always with the Aikalafu. And then my auntie posted, and she said, that's not true at all. You're Samoan and I'm Samoan, and we don't do that. Like, don't try to say that this is a Samoan thing when it's not, because we are proof that it's not. And I really love that testament that my auntie said. Shout out to my auntie Liu. Like, it's not a Samoan thing. But how have you seen Samoans treat other Samoan-owned businesses? Because I have a personal situation.
I mean, for the most part, I've seen people do right by the people that they're trying to buy from, bro. I haven't seen anybody miss out on deposits like that. At least anybody that I personally know. You know what I'm saying? I haven't really seen anything like that on Facebook or like. I think the closest I've seen is probably people running out of like hair and nail appointments. Women, ladies, come on. But that wasn't Samoan thing either. Just in general, I've seen like, dumb posts like that. But never anything personal for me. No. Wow, what happened with you? You run out on a bill?
Nah, I mean, kinda.
Oh shit!
When I was in high school,
I was joking.
When I was in high school, shout out to my uncle. He had a pizza spot. He had a pizza spot right next to the high school. And I used to go in there after school, and I used to sit around and wait for him to say I could grab something to eat. I used to sit in there, bro. I had no business being in there, bro. Right after school, I just walk in and just sit around and wait. You want some breadsticks or whatever?
Yeah.
And I think it also played into a bigger thing, like, when it comes to family, like close related or close people, when you start trying to do for yourself, at least before, I feel like now people are more aware, but before, when you start to do for yourself, when you get your own business, you get your own whatever, like people kind of take it as like, oh, you a big shot now, like you got money. And from there, they turn it into a whole, oh, well, you own this business, so you don't need my money. You don't need my $5 for this pizza. And then it goes from there. And it kind of, there's a sense of entitlement. And I'm gonna speak to this because I was entitled as a kid to my uncle's stuff, because I just felt, like, oh, he got money. He just bought this big old building. Like, I'm good. Like my little measly $3 is not going to affect his bottom line. And I feel like I wasn't alone in that, in feeling like, people in general, how they view other people in our community is kind of like, oh, you big. And then also, like, I feel like people start overvaluing their position in other people's lives. Like, it's like, oh man,
okay,
he loves me, so he is not finna charge me. And it, what happened?
No, you just unlocked a core memory. I guess I do have something personal. Yeah.
I'm trying to make it seem like only people in my life is broke. Go ahead.
But no, it's not even that. No, it's not even. No, it's not even that. Because when I hear your example, I'm like, oh wait, no, I did have something like that. Yeah, it was usually like selling weed. The family. Oh, let me get the family discount. I heard that a lot. I sold weed like maybe for like a week or two. I was terrible at it. You know what I'm saying? But when I would try to sell to the homies, there was like, oh, let me get the family discount. Come on, it was always that. Like, man, fuck you, dude. Buy this fucking gram for 20, bro. Texas. I know that's crazy prices, but that's Texas.
Crazy.
Yeah, that's
that
crazy.
Inflation
right?
is crazy.
It's not inflation. It wasn't even inflation. This is early.
No wonder we was trying to get over on you, bro. He's $20 a gram. Oh my god, this guy.
For some fucking Cali shit. But yeah, so yeah, definitely. That's just so funny that you say what is it? Overinflate their position in your life.
Yeah.
Because motherfucker, I don't talk to you like that, but now all of a sudden you my O's.
Hey,
you're not getting this fucking gram. Fuck you.
It happens like
I'm about to smoke it right now.
People, yeah, like I feel like Samoans treat other Samoans, and it's not even that. I will say this, I will say this. It ain't just among Samoans, because my family definitely has a running tab at this Fijian store. They used to sell collars. And we still, when we on Northgate, we still just drive right past the laundry spot because them people know us. But it's a thing. It's a thing, and it even not even wanting a discount or wanting it free or whatever. Sometimes we a lot harsher with Samoan-owned businesses than other people. Like I have seen like my family go, not my direct family, but I've seen people that I know go to Chinese spots week in and week out. That's rude customer service. That's janky inside. And sometimes the food ain't up to par, but it's just a staple, and we just expect it like that. As opposed to, I remember this bakery had opened up in Sacramento, and like everybody went there, and it was nice. The food was a little pricey, but it's a new business. So they got a bottom line to meet. Yeah. And I seen people trash that place, and I'm like, oh. First, like in my head, I'm like, y'all go to a way worse restaurant weekly.
Yeah.
And spend money with these people outside of our community weekly. And then somebody from within our community who's probably going to take the profits from their businesses and pay other, Pacific Islander people for their resources or pay them to work there. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And like we take the money out of our own community to support other people because our standards for other people are lower than our standards for ourselves. And I just think that's a mindset that we got to stop doing. We got to stop being like that, because it just killed, like, I don't know a Samoan-owned business, and maybe I'm tripping. Maybe I'm just dumb, but I don't know a Samoan-owned business in Sacramento that's been around for a while. I've seen them pop up. I've seen them go away, and I honestly I think it's because we have a it's a pretty big population out there. I just think we view it differently. Like and the whole price thing too. Like I've spent money at sushi spots. You got $14 for a sushi roll. It's going to take 3 of them to get you full. You spend 30, 40, $50 for some sushi, but then you turn around and you spend, $40 for whatever they sell at these Samoan spots. And you're like, I could have made this at home. Yeah, you could have, but you didn't. You
didn't, buddy. That's why you went to Poly Grill down the street. Fuck out of here.
I just feel, and you know what too? I feel like Poly-owned businesses have to market outside of Poly's.
Yeah, right. To draw people in. Yeah, I definitely agree with that. Yeah, and I think that goes with any kind of business that you have. Market outside, and then but your niche, your core audience will be who you want it to be.
Like when I went to Kava's in Alaska, like I was expecting the menu to be fully Samoan, and it wasn't.
Oh,
and
no.
It was they had like local moco, they had certain aspects of it, but they also had other items. And then when you see the people in there, it wasn't no other. I don't think it was any other poly person, but there was a bunch of people in there, black, white, Asian, Mexican, like it was just all kinds. And so I feel like for poly owned businesses, you gotta, you gotta target outside of our community, because if you bank on our community supporting, it's gonna be a long day. It's gonna be a
Yeah.
long day.
Well,
You know.
so how do you apply? Can you apply that mentality to what we got going on? Because what this is a business too. This podcast, this network that we got going on. Should we apply that same mentality to this? Because we know our core audience. You know what I'm saying? And we know that in order to, I guess, bring the numbers up, we definitely got to go outside of the community, right? But
Yeah.
I mean, it's a little different when the majority of our business is all online. So we can
Yeah.
appeal to a big number of Polynesians in the community without having to reach too far outside of it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But I think that mentality can still apply because um, if we want it to be like not really a general show, because like I said, we have our niche, we have our audience who we speak to, but
Mm-hmm.
this can reach the people outside of it. So can we apply what you're talking about with these poly-owned businesses with the things that we got going on, or other Polynesian creatives? You know, someone like Twos. Like, can this
Yeah.
apply to this to those guys too?
I mean, I want to say, when it comes to a business like a restaurant, or when it comes to a
Hmm.
business like
Brick
digital,
and mortar.
like graphic design, when it comes to
Okay.
those things where there's a direct transaction, you're getting
Mm-hmm.
paid for service. I feel like in that instance, it would benefit you to go outside the community. I think
Okay.
because the difference between that and this is we're not asking for money. I mean, we got the Patreon, but even the Patreon, like in the grand scheme of things, if you got a salmon food plate for $5, people
Yeah.
will support, and it's not really a support; it's because they getting over on you. And so for us to charge $5 for a month, it's not getting over, but it's not a financial inconvenience, right?
Right.
For the most part, the public show is just asking people to press play. So I
Mm-hmm.
don't think that transaction, because there's no money involved, there's no financial, secure, nothing. It's not really inconveniencing anybody.
Right.
You press play or you don't. I feel like in our situation, since we're not banking on transactions, since we're not banking on direct money funneling into us,
Yeah.
then we don't have to say we have to venture out in order to stay afloat. We have no
Right.
overhead, we have no costs. We don't,
Yeah.
we're not coming out of pocket to do anything other than what we're doing. So there's
Mm-hmm.
no need for us to scramble and to get a group of people. We could build this slowly forever. Like we don't
Mm-hmm.
have, and nothing in our lives will change. When you got people who own a restaurant, they gotta pay, they gotta pay rent, they got to pay bills, they got to pay
Yep.
electricity and water. They got to, so all of these things mean they have to make that money that month.
Mm-hmm.
Since we don't have to do that, I don't think this applies to us. I think it'll be, uh, I don't think it could hurt to try to appeal. Like, I think there's a reason why
Of
we
course.
have poly topics in the beginning, and then we kind of go into the main popular, you know, just the mainstream topics afterwards. And so we can
Mm-hmm.
touch on both. So we're not too just hyper focused on one. But I
Yeah.
think in our situation, I think it benefits us to cater to our core audience first. And
Yeah.
I think the same is with music. I think the
Mm-hmm.
same is with music. I've seen I've seen my friends in school who have made music for years, just as long as I have. And it's been hard for them to pop because they don't have a base to go to. Like, if
Mm-hmm.
your base is the population of Sacramento, it's gonna be hard. If you're not black, it's gonna be hard.
Mm-hmm.
Hip hop is a black art form. It's a black American art form, and when you don't fit that criteria, if you try to break into that market, it's gonna be hard. Unless you're a
Yeah.
white dude that's making drill music, it's gonna be hard.
Right.
So where we can cater to our Polynesian audience, our Pacific Islander audience, it gives us a leg up on those who are, not black but trying to break into that market. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I do.
so
I agree.
So yeah, I think in certain aspects it's good to appeal to the masses, to everybody, but also in things like music, to where you're not asking people to. You can pay if you want, but you're not asking people to pay. They just got to press play. And
Our
podcast
business isn't. So sorry. Go ahead.
No, yeah, like things like this. I feel like having a niche audience and catering to that audience, it could benefit us in the long run, in my opinion.
Yeah. No, our business doesn't depend on, like you said, physical transactions. This isn't a brick and mortar business, right? It depends on the number of listeners and stuff. So, yeah, the business model is different. So, I've just been sitting here trying to figure out how best to grow the business, of what we're doing, and it's just a lot of things to consider, especially since the difference between this and brick and mortar businesses. So it's a lot to think about. Fuck. Just again, Tusi, get to it, bro. You got it. Put your asking price out, bro. You got this, man.
Get your money.
Get your money. Everybody support him, not just because he's Samoan, but that's also a plus. Buy his art.
Hey,
fuck.
And I will say this. I got super caught up in my whole, like, I'm finna get, I'm finna make this money and I'm finna charge anybody. Doesn't matter. Hey, sometimes doing work for free is also good. Cause I had an opportunity to work with this dude and I told him my number and he was like, I'm gonna get back to you. And like literally the next week, this fool went viral. And ever since then, he's been killing the game. And I freaking hate myself because I wanted to work with him, but I was just in this mode where I was like, I'm finna make some money. Like you're not finna not pay me. And I was just, I don't know, I was on this hype and I missed out, bro. And I'm kind of, damn, man.
You gotta tell me who that is.
I'll tell you after. But like literally like 2 weeks after we had the conversation in my DMs, he blew up. This fool working with everybody in the game. Like everybody. And I could have been on his album and I wasn't. That one kills me, bro. That one kills me. So hey, Tusi, like it's cool to demand your worth. But if you see somebody that you got faith in, if you see somebody that like, oh no, this person is finna blow, work with their budget. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, man. Narrow your focus, find your niche, and then expand from there. Be confident in your work so you don't have to feel like you're putting a burden on people. Like, bro, we're only burdening ourselves by thinking that small of ourselves. So you got it, Toos. You got it.
You know what? You like Jerry's final thoughts. That's what that was like.
Jerry?
Yeah.
Seinfeld?
Nah, freaking Jerry who? Springer.
Oh,
for the end of the episode.
Yeah. He'd have his little musings. Yeah, that's
sometimes love is love, even if it's your cousin. We'll see you next time.
Rest in peace, Jerry Springer, bro.
Yeah.
I think, if you got anything else, I think we're good on that, bro.
I think we're good.
Yeah, that was a solid one, man. Now I want to start a business.
Yeah, go ahead.
I want to start businessy. Okay.
Go ahead and give me a discount. You know?
Hell yeah. No, fuck you. Go to the next one. Fuck you. I need a deposit. Yeah, man. Again, hit us up right here on the network, man. Hit us up on the socials at Sefa, at Oh Hello Marcus, at Polynesian over there for the Uso Lance. Check out the Polynesian podcast with the Uso Lance and Force. Hit us up on the Patreon, patreon.com/Polytickin Podcast. You know what I mean? Thank you again if you made it this far. We appreciate you, man. You got anything else for?
Not at all. Take us out, brother.
This has been another episode of the Polytickin Podcast, man. Episode 93. Go far. Bye.
Hip hop.
Bye.